Hello everyone and welcome back to the FM Scout YouTube channel in this Football Manager 2017 experiment where we take a look at what would happen if you swap the TV deals of the Premier League with the Premiership in Scotland. So the amount of money going to each individual team in those leagues is going to be very, very different. Hello everyone and welcome back to the FM Scout YouTube channel in this Football Manager 2017 experiment where we take a look at what would happen if you swap the TV deals of the Premier League with the Premiership in Scotland. So the amount of money going to each individual team in those leagues is going to be very, very different. Now my name is Jen Caldo. You're welcome to check out my channel by clicking the link in the description or clicking the little I button on the top right of your screen up here. That will take you to my channel. You can see regular Football Manager experiments. At the moment I'm doing one where we take a look at what would happen if every club in the Premier League was fan owned. So make sure to head over there and subscribe to my channel as well. But last time we left off in this experiment, and if you missed that, there's a link in the description, we did go 2 years into the future. Not an awful lot happened, but some of the Scottish teams start to spend a little bit more money. Today we're going to jump 3 years into the future, see the kind of transfers being made in the Premier League and the Scottish League, see how the teams are doing in their domestic leagues, and also see how they got on in Europe, and if the Scottish teams especially had managed to progress at all. So let's go forward 3 years now, and we'll take a look at where we are. Well, when we left off the Premier League last time, it was the end of the 17-18 season. You can see that Manchester United won the league on goal difference from Manchester City. Very, very close in the league there. The following year, Manchester United again winning the league, beating Arsenal to it, Liverpool in third, City in fourth, and a huge gap between Chelsea and Leicester and the rest of the league. Now we're going to see those points totals really start to just exaggerate because it's only really the top six you can see on your screen here that get a lot of sponsorship money. Everybody else gets an okay amount, but you can see that 44 points in 11th place, given 40 points is the threshold and a team went down with 37, that was a very close finish. Even Leicester only 12 points clear of the bottom four in 7th place. So it's going to be an incredibly tight league in the bottom half, but there'll be a huge gap between 6th and 7th, I think, as we go forward, and that's only going to get worse. Now the year after that, again Manchester United win the league, 100 points this time, and you see there's actually a huge gap between Liverpool and Spurs, 14 points a gap there, and again 10 points between Chelsea and Leicester, but West Ham breaking into that top six, pipping Chelsea by 1 point. Down at the bottom, Swansea got relegated with just 7 points, 33 defeats, 4 draws and 1 win. That's the worst points total I've ever seen. They just about avoided relegation last season, but this season they effectively went down. I don't know what happened there, but that was horrendous. So really strange what's going on at the bottom there. And then this season you can see Manchester United again winning the title, Liverpool not far off them. The top 6 still 5 points clear of West Ham, but West Ham breaking into that top 7 really, making it their own. Newcastle finishing 8th, qualifying for Europe, which is good to see as a Newcastle fan, but still quite close in the middle of the pack. And down at the bottom, this points total getting lower and lower as the newly promoted teams struggle without the TV money coming in from the Premier League. I think some of the teams getting relegated might actually get more money from the Championship than they're getting in the Premier League, because they're only getting about 500 grand, I think, for finish their final position. So huge changes in the Premier League. You can see teams really starting to struggle. Swansea were the biggest ones. If we have a look at the transfers in the Premier League and where the big deals are going, you can see United still spending money, City, West Ham up here spending money, Aberdeen jumping right in there with a 43 million sound signing of Reece Oxford. That is huge. Again, Aberdeen in there. They are really spending the cash. Dundee United appearing here. This sneak preview is what is going on in Scotland right now. But it's the same teams appearing in the Premier League. I'm trying to find a team that isn't huge in England, certainly in standing. West Brom, the best of the rest, spending just £7 million. That is terrible stuff. If we drop back to Swansea, I want to see why and how they finished with just 7 points. I mean, they've been relegated, but if we look at their transfer history and drop back to the season they were relegated, you can see they didn't sign anyone. They brought in £7 million of signings, and the year before that, again, they didn't spend anyone. You can see, and again, they didn't spend money on anyone. They've spent nobody on any players for a long time. In severe financial trouble, if I had to have a guess. Their finances are now secure, but you can see just what is happening in the Premier League right now. Teams like, if we take a look at the likes of Stoke, I bet they're probably struggling. They're okay financially, doing all right, hanging on. Alex Neil now their manager. Middlesbrough will probably be struggling, insecure finances. We are going to see Premier League teams really struggling financially because they cannot afford the players they have in their team, and that is why Swansea sold so many players. But if we jump into the Scottish Premiership, this is where we left it off. Celtic at the top of the league, just 3 points clear of Aberdeen. The year after that, they again won the league, 5 points clear of Rangers. You can see Dundee United getting relegated. The year after that, Celtic beating Rangers by just 2 points. It is going to be the top two, but Aberdeen I'm expecting to pop up there given the money they spent recently. And then this season, Celtic again winning the title, 5 points clear of Rangers. Aberdeen actually finishing down in 6th place in the end. So not too many surprises in the Scottish Premier League positions. I don't think we're going to see any big surprises for a while. But if we have a look at the transfers, and if we drop back to the 18-19 season, this is the first season since last episode. Rangers putting out £20 million on a player from Dundee. Hearts spending a bit of money as well. These are the level of money you would not expect in the Scottish Premier League. I can say that quite easily. £10 million signings from the likes of Dundee and Aberdeen. Kilmarnock even spending a lot of money. The following year, the transfers racked up again. Partick Thistle spending £30 million on Kelechi Iheanacho. How much would Partick Thistle fans love to see that? And then £18.5 million on Marcus Edwards from Spurs. Look at this. They're there with 3 more transfers as well. Celtic spending £25.5 on Diego Batista, who's a good player from Benfica. And the year after that, £43 million from Aberdeen. 32 from Celtic, signing someone from Barcelona. Again, Celtic signing from some Dinamo. Dundee picking up Adam Burrows from Manchester United. Everybody spending a lot of money, especially for Scottish football as well. And if we have a look at the overview screen, you can see that Scotland now up in 8th in the competition reputation rankings. They've jumped from 12th to 8th in this part of this experiment, and the higher they get up there, the more Champions League places they get. I can see them getting into the top 3 or 4 positions, which means that they will start to get more Champions League places. They've got 2 at the moment and 3 Europa League places. If they keep going up, they're going to end up with 3 Champions League places and then 4 Champions League places. So doing very well there. Now in the Europa League, I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through this. We're just going to look out for any Scottish teams appearing in here. Now there were none in the first knockout round of the Europa League last time. If you see one that I'm not seeing, do let me know. The year after that, Rangers made it into this part. So did Hearts, and Hearts actually beat Leicester to go through. Rangers going out to Fiorentina in the second knockout round. Hearts went out to Valencia 3-2 on aggregate. Heartbreaking losing at home there, no pun intended, to Valencia, but getting knocked out at the second knockout stage. And then this season, Hearts knocked out by Fenerbahce. Partick Thistle in the Europa League knocked out by West Ham 5-2 on aggregate. So you can see there's a big gap for them to make up there. If we drop up to the Champions League as well, I really do not expect any major progress in the Champions League. I just want to see how they got on in the group stages. If we look at all groups and then try and find a nice Scottish team, we can see that Celtic, I think, should be in the group stage. They finished bottom this season, only team in there. The following year, just looking out for the Scottish teams, Celtic again finishing bottom, 0 points for them. And then this season, any more in here? Just Celtic. They got 3 points this year, still missing out. And Rangers in the group stage as well, finishing with 4 points, only 3 points off Liverpool in a very tough group. So now 2 teams in the group stages of the Champions League. You can see that slow progression happening. And also, if we look at the past winners, you can see they're all English, even now. I mean, the final in 18-19 was Manchester United-Arsenal. So Manchester United and Arsenal have won 4 of the last 4 Champions Leagues, which I don't see often in this game, English dominance like that. In the Europa League as well, Chelsea winning the Europa League, Liverpool and Manchester United also winning that. So despite the changes we've made, the English teams, the big English teams, still competing at the highest level, and I think that will continue just because they have such big individual sponsorship deals, revenue from the gates, all the rest of it. But the Scottish teams will certainly be catching them up before you know it. But that is going to be it for this experiment as well. I think if you want to see another part to this, do drop a like on the video. If you drop drop likes on the video. We know that you're enjoying it. We know you want us to do another part. And let me know in the comments if you want to see other things, or if there's something I missed or just something funny you saw pop up on the screen. As I said at the start, if you enjoy experiments like this, check out my channel. I do these experiments about 3 or 4 times a week, so go and have a look at what's going on over there. And of course, check out fmscout.com for all your latest guides, updates, tactics, everything you could possibly need, all in one place. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, see ya!